The story is that there is a petition that is on the president's desk. We'll be looking at the petition in some detail. But the allegation is that four people who are very, very important to the process of the Chief Justice removal appear to have been together. And I'm saying been together because Lawyer Adom-Otchere has issued a public disclaimer that there was no meeting. 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 What does the meeting mean? What should we understand the meeting to mean? But the allegation, which has been put in a petition, which has gone before the president, the petitioner is in the studio here with me. This is not his first time of coming into the studio. Young man who is very agile. He is a former parliamentary aspirant for the New Patriotic Party in Adenta. We have to say that. Parliamentary aspirant for the New Patriotic Party. And he's been championing a lot of youthful agendas all over the place. And he's also very big on Christianity and Christian mobilization as well. That's also very important. I have to say that. They call him Adenta Kumi. Now, the allegation is that on Thursday, now, why is this significant? Because that Thursday was the first day that the committee met. Just to recap, what is the committee? The committee is the President and the Council of States Committee set up pursuant to Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution for the purpose of fulfilling all righteousness under the Constitution before a removal of the Lord Chief Justice is actuated. The law says that where any Ghanaian feels that the Lord Chief Justice has done something unwholesome and therefore must be removed from office, that Ghanaian writes a letter to the president in the form of a petition. The president, upon receiving the petition, will forward the petition to the Council of State, albeit with the response of the subject matter, in this case, the Lord Chief Justice. When the petition gets to the Council of State, the Council of State must see whether or not the petition is frivolous or whether there's something to answer. If the Council of State comes to the conclusion that there is a case to answer, which the lawyers call in Latin prima facie, then the Council of State, together with the President, will set up a committee. The Constitution proceeds to delimit who and whom can be on the committee. It says that there should be 2 Supreme Court judges on the committee, one of whom is chairing it, and the other. And then there should be another person, and there should be 3 other people who are not members of the Council of State, and who are not members of Parliament, and who are not lawyers, members of the Ghana Bar Association. So in fulfilling the constitutional righteousness, John Dramani Mahama, together with the Council of State, having told Ghanaians that they have already established a prima facie case, then set up a committee of 5 members. Chairman of the committee is Mr. Gabriel Scott Puaman, who is the chairman of the committee by the Supreme Court judge, a very senior Supreme Court judge, I have to say, and also a member of the PNC. We know Gabriel Puaman would like us to mention that he's a member of the PNC. And then there's also Justice Asiedu, who is on the committee. So the 2 Supreme Court judges fulfilled. Then our own Adom-Otchere, I'm looking to meet with him, we had a lot of fights back in the day when Akufo-Addo was trying to remove him and he said he wouldn't go. And people like us were fighting on the side of Akufo-Addo. And eventually he was removed. But I went to the Supreme Court and we lost. We accepted defeat. But it was too late because he had already passed the retirement age. He was out. So I'm looking for Adom-Otchere so that we can spy a little bit. So Daniel Adom-Otchere is also on the committee. And then there are 2 other people on the committee. Okay. So on the first day of hearing, on the Thursday morning, we've already told you what happened. They wrote a letter to the Chief Justice. They didn't add a venue. Later on, they added a venue in this, I can't say obscure, but in some venue near the Osu Castle. When the sitting opened that morning, the Lord Chief Justice was not present, but her lawyers were present. And as the story goes, the panel told the lawyers that if the subject is not here, we will not hear you. The lawyers were quite bemused because letters had been written to them that they should appear on that day. Some of the letters were addressed to them. So that the panel were aware that they are the lawyers for CJ Torkornu. CJ Torkornu was not there. And they said that they would not hear the lawyers. And the lawyers should clear off. Go and bring CJ Torkornu. If you don't bring CJ Torkornu, we are not going to hear you. Get out of here. It was quite hostile. And the lawyers for CJ Torkornu were very bemused. And they were quite surprised because regular court practices, the subject is usually not usually, but sometimes not there. Okay. So the matter ended at around midday or 1 o'clock. And then, as the petitioner says, 6:30 p.m., between 6:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m., there was this dramatic entry into this restaurant at the airport's residential area. Gabriel Scott Poaman was there. Asiedu was there. Who's calling me? I'll call him back. Somebody's calling me. Oh, boss. Okay, I'm on TV. Hey, matter is getting hot too. All right. So, Gabriel Scott Poaman was there. Asiedu was there. And who's the third person? Justice Kulendi, who is not sitting as part of the committee. He's not. He's a very distinguished Supreme Court judge, Justice Kulendi, on the left of your screen. Justice Kulendi was also there. Now, why is Justice Kulendi important in the allegation or the allegation of collusion? Because Justice Yoni Kulendi was one of the 3 judges who gave that expert opinion blocking the injunction that had been filed to injunct the committee's work. There was an injunction filed by the Supreme Court to injunct the committee's work on the basis that President Mahama had jumped the step of not giving Justice Torkornoo the document. Now, that Supreme Court's decision was a 3-2 decision. 2 of the judges agreed with the applicant who filed the injunction, Mr. Asifo, a member of parliament. That application was argued by the Leonard Godfrey Dami, the former Attorney General. Now, Justice Kulendi ruled on the side that the injunction should not fly. And he was with the 3 and the 2 others. So Justice Kulendi, according to the story, was part of this dinner. And then Mr. Thaddeus Sori was also part of the dinner. The problem here, the allegation of the problem, that if all these facts are true, then there should be some concern as to why Justice Scott Poaman, who is chairing the committee, and Justice Asiedu, who is the other Supreme Court judge on the committee, are seen together with Thaddeus Sori, who is counsel for Daniel Ofori, and which Daniel Ofori has had a major tussle in the court over this EcoBank matter for a long time. And then on most of the Daniel Ofori tussles, Gabriel Scott Poaman has ruled in favor of Daniel Ofori, and Daniel Ofori has perceived Justice Torkornoo as a major enemy in his quest to secure $97 million Ghana cedis from EcoBank. Daniel Ofori perceived Torkornoo as an opponent to this matter. Torkornoo has reasons for opposing the matter on the basis of law, on the basis of calculation of compound interest, and all of those matters. Justice Torkornoo has a firm, clear view on that matter because she came out of the commercial courts and she's well versed in these things. But let's leave that for now. So this is the reason why eyebrows could be raised if it's true that all of these 4 men had met together having dinner on the same night after the committee refused to hear Justice Torkornoo. This is the story. Now, the petitioner went to the president and petitioned. And the radio newspapers were carrying the story. And so this morning, on his Facebook page, can you put that? Thank you very much. On his Facebook page, Thaddeus Sori wrote this. It is a monstrous lie. No such meeting took place. It is very easy to fact check that. We know those who get justice through negotiation. I don't understand the second part of Thaddeus Sori's thing. He says, we know those who get justice through negotiation. I'm not sure who he means and what he means, but he's a very senior lawyer. So, I know he knows what he's talking about. But the fundamental thing that Justice Sori says here is that there was no such meeting took place. In Thaddeus Sori's comments, we don't know whether he means that he was not at the restaurant, or that he was not at the restaurant that day, or that he was there but the other judges were not there, or that the other judges were there and he was not there, or that he left before the other judges came, or that they came before he left, or that they were all there at the same time, but they just talked about something, or that he was there and he met somebody else and the judges were together somewhere else. We don't know all of those details.